Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make this purple witch kind of inspired nail design. Whenever I think of witch nails, for some reason I'm always drawn to purple, like all the time. We've got B-Day Bash and we also have Daddy's Girl. So one is a bit more purpley, one's a bit more kind of on the pinky side. We do also have some cool colours. So we've got some white, which is called Bold White. And we also have some Food Coma, which is my all-time favorite. Along with the Bold White, I've recently, oh my goodness, since they've come out with it, it's a fairly new white and it is unreal, guys. If you haven't got it, definitely try it out. I do have a couple of Madame Glam's whites, but that one just hits different. I don't know what they did to that consistency. It's perfection in a bottle. If I could even, can't believe I'm saying that, but it literally is a perfection in a bottle. The brushes, though they've changed the shape of the brush, it's amazing. The consistency, the pigment, everything. I just need to rave about it whilst I got the chance. So definitely pick it up if you are in need of a white and you're looking for like a really good white. Then like look at this being applied. It's crazy how pigmented and everything is. So when it comes to background colours, we've got 3 nails that are nude. We then got this nail that we're going to do a 3-way ombre. So I start at the bottom and then I kind of make my way up when I'm doing the back and forth method, side to side kind of thing. So I'm blending the 2 down first, then I make my way up and I just start to blend the other 2 together. It's always a little bit harder with the blend at the bottom just because the white and the purple obviously are drastically different colours to one another. So those are usually the hardest ones to blend. The other 2 were a little bit more similar to one another. Now onto this nail, it might look like I'm having a moment here, like I'm doing some squiggly random lines, but this method is going to create you guys a really cool marble look. And it's a marble look that you are in full control of and you get to have lots of fun doing. It's just the most nicest way, in my opinion, to start to do your ombres. I used to do the swirl the colours on your palette method, scoop it up with an ombre brush and float onto nail. That used to be my literally go-to. This is a million times better. It's so much more fun. You're so much more in control of the way your ombre looks. Like I could just never nail the floating method and this is just perfection. I love it. It's the best thing ever. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. If there's anything you take away from today's video, please make it be that on marble nail. It's like the best thing. Right, now everything has 2 layers and everything's, ready to go. So we're starting on our nail art work. So one of the Food Coma nails is going to have a French tip with this pinky shade. So I'm outlining the like smile line and then colouring it in with the brush from the, not bottle. I do that from the bottle if I'm trying to rush, or I don't do that when I put too much of the colour on my palette and I don't want to be wasteful. So today I decided not to be wasteful. The other Food Coma nail is going to have a French tip as well, but that one is going to be the purple colour. So we're switching it up. I only show you a little fragment of it. The rest I just quickly finish off camera. Then I do believe I go in with another coat of the colour. Just to make it a bit more opaque, especially the purple. I found the purple to be slightly more see-through. You just never know, I guess. On the actual Madame Glam website, they do such a great job trying to show you the opacity of each gel polish. They've got these little gel polish bottles next to the name, I think, or the image of the gel polish, and it shows you how opaque it is. And it's such a great way of kind of like helping you as a buyer or consumer, I guess, to know what you're looking for and not to be disappointed. I think a lot more gel polish brands should be doing that, to be honest. It's quite nice and handy. And even myself, whenever I go shopping, I love a good solid colour. So if I'm looking at a colour that looks nice on the picture but I can see that the gel polish bottles are not all highlighted, then I most likely wouldn't be picking up. It's just not what I'm after. Now we're going to do some stamping. We've got a Moe London stamping plate. They are going, well, not out of business. I was going to say that they are discontinuing their stamping range, unfortunately. So I do have a lot of them, so I will be continuing using them because they are just really nice and I do have a bunch of them. But all their stuff are on sale right now, and at the time of my recording today and all that kind of stuff, they are still up. So hopefully I can still show you guys some more of these plates and hopefully you can get yourself a bargain for whatever I'm using and hopefully you guys like. So on this plate we have these kind of dangling little like gems and stuff. So I've placed there's 2, so I placed one on one of the French tip, the other on the other. Then down the center there's this lace pattern that I connected together because it's too short, so I had to connect it, and we've placed it down the ombre nail. And since it covers so much of the ombre nail, it's really not necessary to create an ombre if you're not really into that, or if it's a bit too difficult for you. Or if you do go ahead, it does cover most of it, so if you're not a big pro and you're a bit too worried that it might not look the best, it does cover most of it, so do as you please, I guess, with that nail. But I really wanted a lace look, so we've popped some white in there and placed that down. Now on the plate, obviously the two French tip nails are basically going to be identical now, so they had this really, really nice cross there, so I picked that up, and it had quite a lot of little, lines that are kind of see-through, I guess, they've got little gaps, so I thought I would colour in those little lines with some white, again just to bring more white into the design, especially since we've got white going on with the marble. I always try and bring the colors in somehow, so since the marble is the only nail really that had actual white gel polish, I'm trying to bring more white in through other means, for example, just to kind of not make it stand out as the only white nail, and stuff like that. So I've cleaned up the plate with some acetone. I coloured in the cross. In the meantime, it dries, so that's why it's usually when I kind of start cleaning, or I'm thinking of what I'm doing next when I'm doing a design. But once it's ready to go, we will be stamping it at the lowest kind of part of the smile line on the French tip nail. So we're about to do that now. Here it goes. There we go. And here is another one. I already coloured it off camera real quick. It's literally the exact same process. Down it goes. There we go. So now we've got two, and I'm so happy with the way they look there. I think they look super cute. And if you can imagine maybe like a gradient, each nail different colour, but all kind of maybe looking the same, that could look kind of cute with the crosses in the centre. Lovely. So now on the stamping plates, they've got this, what I'll call a witch. It's just this lady with like long hair, and she's got like a bit of like a moon on her forehead, and yeah, she's just kind of giving a witch vibe. So I thought, let's pick her up, and if you wanted to be super creative and super, attention to details and all of that kind of stuff, you could colour her in like properly. So you can colour in her face with like a proper skin colour, and then do the hair maybe with like a couple of different colours to create maybe a bit of like extra little something to the hair. For example, you could colour her lips in some red maybe. So these stamping plates are really fun, especially when you've got these like characters, because you could really like, I don't know, I just like stamping because you can really customize it to whatever you're doing. So for today, I just wanted some more white to bring everything together, so I went in with the white, and it looks great. But if I wanted it other colors, you can. It's just so nice. You can really customize it to whatever you're doing, which is why I love stamping so much. Honestly, from one stamping plate, you could make a million different designs, and they all literally look different colors and everything. And it's just so fun. Just be as creative as you can. I don't know. Just love it. I hope everybody gets a chance to try, and hopefully you fall in love, I guess. I guess that's my little goal. But I'm just colouring it in. So you could say I went down the quickest route here, because of course naturally if I had to colour it in the proper way, attention to detail, doing it the proper way, then I would be here quite a long time, and I just didn't want that, and I just felt like adding other colours to her just won't tie it up with the colour scheme that I'm going for today. So I would have probably wanted to keep the hair, let's say, brown, and then it just felt like the colours I'd need to colour her in wouldn't match with what I've got going on. So we went for just a plain white. That's kind of what I was, my train of thought going into this. If you're ever worried about like characters and what kind of colours you want to bring into a set, I'd probably advise you to start off with the character. So do the character nail first. So if you were to colour in, the proper way, do her hair colour and all sorts. And then once you do that, I would then see what kind of colours you use to create, colour her in, and then do the rest of the set using that kind of colour theme / palette. I think that would be the best way. I feel like stamping, as much as it's fun, it can be a little bit difficult because you kind of have to envision what you're trying to do. Although obviously you do have a trial and error, you can wipe things away and stuff, but it's just kind of envisioning it can be difficult, and in no means do I find it easy, guys. I know I do a lot of sets, but that's because I just have time, and I've got a lot of time to mess about. And trust me, there are weeks, sometimes even months. I had like a couple of months where I was just so down. I just felt like I couldn't create anything. I was in a massive dump, and yeah, so it happens to everybody. So don't ever stress yourself out when you've got like 20 plates in front of you and you can't imagine what you're going to do with all of them, because it literally happens to me all the time. But persistence and just keep going basically, I think. And it is also very good to give yourself a break, because it really does kind of reset you, as much as you might not want to take a break, because I never want to take a break, but whenever I'm forced to, it does really make a difference. So if you're in the same boat as I was recently, I don't worry though guys, I am back at it now. Like I feel so refreshed and happy to get going again. But if you're in that kind of same boat, do try different things. Like, don't sometimes force yourself, because forcing it actually makes it worse, to be honest. But anyways, I rambled. Going back to the video, we did do a little like purple border around our witch, and we also stamped some white stars and moons around the purple bit as well. So right at this stage, we're now top coating. We are using a Madam Glam velvet matte top coat on all these beautiful nails today. Once that's cured, we really only have some crystal placement going on, and that's going to be the finale of today's video. We do have 4 nails that are going to have some sort of a crystal placement. 2 of which are very simple and quick, and that's the French tip nails just at the bottom near the tip area, like the very tip, I guess, tip area. Here it is. I'm placing this purpley little circly charmy thing down, and then above it I'm doing some opal crystals. I wanted to use opal crystals today instead of my usual ABs, just because, again, I thought, you know, it's kind of with the theme. We've got purple going on and then quite a lot of white at this stage. I think I overdone the white. I just kept thinking, right, include the white, make it all fit together, and then in the end there was just a lot of white included. Down the lace nail, we've got this large kind of elongated kind of like an A-beam. Here it is. And at the top and at the bottom of it, we're just going to almost like mirror reflect it. We're going to place a purple little charm and then a couple more opal crystals around it. That's at that stage basically our 3rd nail done. One last nail will be that witch nail. So the kind of border that we created, I wanted it covered up. Sometimes you can do crystals, or you can do glitter, or you can just do another color, but I always feel like there's something missing there, so I'm going to go around that and then place some crystals. I have to be honest, not the biggest fan of that nail in particular, or just the crystal placement itself. Maybe it would have been best if I just left it alone, but you all know me, I can't seem to leave a set, you know, too bare. I can't do that. So obviously I had to include some stuff, typical me. But that will be basically it. Once I'm happy, everything's obviously positioned how I wanted it, everything's cured and put into place, I will pop it onto my little stand and then show you guys the final results any second now. So here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!